Hi YouTube, I'm Jacob Beach with the Prepper's Bunker Outdoors, and I'm here today to finally give you my long-term review of the Condor Woodlaw. Stay tuned and check it out. So it's been a very long time since my initial review of this knife, and there's a good reason for that. I was very excited about this knife when I got it. I won it on a bushcraft page, and what I was excited about was seeing a budget high carbon steel blade with a full tang and micarta handles. So I've taken it out a bunch of times since then, and I've even gotten some good video. But the reason that I haven't got this video up, and the reason I'm not going to spend a lot of time doing a full-length video on this knife, is because every time I started using this knife, I end up using something different. I realized that I didn't want to use this knife, so I wasn't going to get a whole bunch of footage using it, and every time I did try and force myself to use it, I ended up quitting after about 5 minutes and using something else. Let me show you why. So, while using the Condor here, the initial excitement of the full tang blade and micarta handles quickly wore off. The blade is just okay, nothing special. The micarta handles are very square and not the greatest. And I kept finding that I would rather use the Mora, which was one of the direct competitors to this Condor in the first place. They're both supposed to be a budget bushcraft blade. And so that was to be expected, but then what really surprised me is while out with Ross Gammons, I found that I would rather actually use one of his little EDC knives, which is not at all designed to be bushcraft oriented, with a deep hollow grind and a thin blade. But even with the thin handle and everything, it was more comfortable for me to use and more efficient. So I started really asking myself, you know, what were the benefits of this Condor? Was everything cool about it just cool on paper? Where was the payout? Which brings me to my core problem, and that is the Condor is a knife made with steel. Nothing really awesome about the shape, nothing really awesome about any part of the knife. It is a very utilitarian and simple knife, but it's expensive. It usually retails shipped for almost $70. Sometimes you can find it right around $60, maybe a little bit less. Whereas a Mora that actually performs better will go for $15 to $20, and you could get a custom like a Dry Creek Forge over there for just over $100. A custom knife in 80 CRV2 for not that much more. In fact, this knife is selling for what a used BK9 might go for, and is considerably more expensive than something like an Ontario SP5 Survival Bowie with a 10-inch blade made out of 1095, made in America. So, this is a good all-purpose knife. I think that Condor really forgot their price point and market with this blade though. Their knives with wood handles are much more affordable, and the micarta really does nothing for this blade except for aesthetics, and it's blocky. I really can't advise anybody to buy this knife. I really wouldn't suggest it. And you know, people like me who just have a lot of knives and like seeing new things, you know, it might be worth it, especially on the used market where this will be very soon. But for someone who is just looking for kind of a survival or bushcraft blade, they're on a budget and they're looking for a one-tool option, or any option, even just a small utilitarian bushcraft knife. Condor's known for a good price point and to be a good value, and this knife is not that. I just gotta say, I'm very much not impressed. Anyways, I hope this review was helpful, and you know, if you have any questions about what might be a better blade at a better budget, outside of the ones that I've already mentioned, I can totally help you with that. Ask any questions, any comments, anything, hit me up in the comments, and like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Hope to see you soon.
There you go.